Hey guys, I am DM Zone. This is Gamers Oasis. We're going to do some mining on the Arcadia planet. Alright, so you know when you're getting all set up and everything like that, and you're trying to make sure you got enough things. In this case, I'm going to have 30 PEDs worth of probes because that perfectly rounds to a number that the F101, with all of its things that going, treasure, e-matter, and all that, are set up for. Well, I did that, and while I was doing that, I accidentally hit E and dropped the probe right in the middle of town. As you can see right here, you can see I dropped. I looked over and there's a stupid. I actually found something. I was like, well, that's nice. Let me go ahead and start recording. So I dropped the first probe off camera, but you can see what I picked up. And I'm going to be posting these cards so you can see them better as we go. I hope you guys enjoy this type of video where you kind of have me talking and I'm actually showing some of the stuff. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to be doing this 100% of the mining I do. I hope at some point in time, keep mining eventually my main profession. And I don't know whether or not it's one of those things that I'm going to be doing full on. But if I can make it profitable, if I can have runs like this run is a pretty good run, then maybe I can. But I know that is not with the F101. I do pretty good. If you were wondering, though, this is not times 3. I didn't need to do that. This is actually going to be a times 2 video, and I do all my collecting while I'm here. If I were to have a massive find, one of like the towers or whatever the Hoffs are, or the bigger ones, then I probably would have to stop recording and then do it. I almost need a better finder, or not finder, but the drill that would bring it up for some of the larger finds. So before I upgrade to an F103, which I technically already have bought, it's just sitting on Calypso. I haven't gotten to go get it yet, and I'm okay with that because I'm still within the range of me learning skills and everything with my F101. But before I do that, I actually do want to get an upgrade on my the recovering device, whatever that's called, the extractor. This area is the same area I mine every time. This is not necessarily the best area. I get pretty good results here. What I'm trying to do here is start from 0 and then basically track all of my mining through this area. So back when I was on a starter module, finder, whatever you want to call it, and that type of stuff, and back when I was on, when I first went to the F101, all those runs have been right through here. And this gives me an idea of A, what is here, and B, how deep this goes. Now, I actually end up aggroing this mob, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll wait for it to attack me before I run off. Otherwise, I'll just do it when I'm done. And I'm kind of looking at the price of some of the stuff. I'm like, no, let me go ahead and get rid of it. And I'm glad I did, because these things hit so hard with no armor on. We're talking like 16 points. Now I have my sound completely muted, so I didn't actually see when he died. I'm just sitting here waiting for him to die, and he dies. So another good reason to mine near water, if you're not going to carry ammo and all that type of stuff, which some people don't because they need the extra weight. Just Serial Overdrive was one of those that did not like to carry stuff to hunt with while he was mining. I don't know if it messed with his feng shui, or if it was a weight thing for him, or if he just was a mindset thing. I don't know. Maybe he feels like there's a in-game reason. Unfortunately, if you noticed, I did not look at the second resource I mined. That was actually Listerium. Pretty common thing but it's unfortunate I missed. At some point in time in the future, though, I am going to be doing a video that breaks down what I have so far, and that could be a good informational video. It's about a year's worth of collecting. We're not talking about a huge amount of runs. I want to say I have probably around we're at 225 ped dropped in mining probes. So I mean, it's a good quantity. I mean, it's enough that I am now profession level 1 in my finding stuff. I'm not quite profession level 1 in my extracting of anything, but my treasure hunter, my, all those. And I have an interesting card at the end if you wait till the end to see the card. It talks about what the professions are and what skills are for what profession. And if I do the card right in the end, it will actually show you the weight each one of those things have on the actual raising of that profession. Now, I don't have hidden skills in there yet because as hidden skills come, it's one of those things I kind of want to add to the card. I feel like that's a good way to go with that. Now, this one here, you can see this new soul's over here looking at me real hard like he's going to aggro on me. And, I expected him to, so I ran off, dropped my probe, and then I ran towards the water just waiting for him. But he actually never came, which I was a little surprised at. Another thing that I thought was kind of funny, you can see him running towards the water, is we got a little bit farther along, and my wife was asking for me to come upstairs, and I didn't want to interrupt the run right in the middle of this. And I'm like, all right, give me a few minutes, that type of thing. And then the last few, I'm just getting like doubles. I'm like, gee, many Christmas. I mean, what a good problem to have, but really? Like, we're doing this now all of a sudden? All of a sudden I'm getting doubles. That's funny. The best things I got out of this was the mist and that, what do they call it, the Arcaza. Looking at my notes, I was going to actually say these as I went. I got crude oil, then Listerium, then Arcacus. I don't know. Then Flint Arrowhead, Listerium, Margarine Mist, and then Fossil Ammonite, and then more crude oil. And I get List again, and then I get Kaz and more Arcacus. And you'll see these. And of course, I have the cards popping up as I go. So if you're listening, that's what I ended up getting from this. So I was going to teleport. As I said, my wife was waiting for me. So I'm like, let me go ahead and do this. So I went ahead and got the card. So, all right, let me go ahead and mine this Kaz, or extract this Kaz. And I'll go ahead and pull up the other one. And yep. So this was basically my mining run. I'm now to the point where I'm not negative in any of the stuff with my skills, as far as I know, or very close to not be. But if I go to an F103, which will give me more depth, more skill, I will have some waste because I'm not quite there yet. And I don't know what I got to get to skill-wise for that, but I can tell you I'm not there yet. So there is a little bit of that. But I am very excited to get to F103 because the F103 is just one more step towards getting to that F105. And the F105 used to be the standard. I was listening to Serial Drive talk about this, and he talked about the fact that everyone's standard was the F105, and that was where you need to be. And now he says really it's an F105 with amps, which is risky and expensive, or going bigger than the F105. And I agree with that second statement. Well, actually, I agree with that entire statement. I agree that from my perspective, that running amps is more risky because you're paying for the markup. And I believe that the risk could be there, but you're never making that money on markup unless you get lucky. That markup is its own little monster. So it would be better to have an F106 or one of the other more expensive ones. But you don't want to step into those until you are ready. You wouldn't want waste on those. I think progressively the scale gets worse. When I was in the waste phase on an F101, there was times I'd be lucky to get 50% of my return. if you had to do that and you were dropping way more ped, that would be like the loss would be 200 ped, you know, like that could be a lot. I mean, I don't know what it would be for that type of stuff. As you can see, I came out just profitable here. But if you were to do an F106, and let's say it was several times, maybe it wouldn't be 200 ped, maybe you'd be dropping 100 ped and you'd be losing 50 ped. That is a crazy amount of loss just because you're trying to force the skills faster. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing that until I can afford skill wise and financially to go to the next level. So I'm just happy to be going to the 103. And I don't know if I'm going to be doing that with the 103. It depends on how close I am. But I really want to get to the F103 because I've been at the F101 for so long, I feel. Even though it's only 2 ped, it is basically I've had this F101 for like 9 months. So I would like to get on to the next one. It's not my Bukin. It's not something I want to live at for the rest of my character's life. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more content like this, let me know down below. If you see anything I'm doing wrong or if you have some suggestions, go ahead and put those down below too. I am very new at mining, but I feel like I'm getting a better grasp of it than many people at my level of mining. Thank you and have a great day. Bye. Keep her in that bed.